Hi, Robin. Since we weren't able to meet today, I decided to make you a practice recording that you can work on when you're doing your commute in the morning and the evening, just when you have some time. You could also work through this if you're at home. I think that being able to watch sometimes is very helpful to see the tongue shapes and movement as well as the lip shapes and movement. So let's go ahead and dive in. So I thought we'd work a little bit on the W's, V's, TH's, L's, the rounded sounds. And I know we've been working to get a quicker speech pattern as well as more of that California West Coast American dialect. And we also were working on those casual everyday phrases. So I want to work a little bit of all of those into this practice session. So the first thing we'll work on is that W versus V, minimal word pairings like wine and vine. So try that with me. Wine, vine, wine, vine. So we're going to overdo the lip rounding for the W and the light bite of that lower lip for that V. V, v, v. It's not really a lot of pressure. It's like a gentle caress. V, v, v. And the air should come right through the center there. W, v, w, v. Wine, vine. And then let's try west and vest. Again, exaggerating. West, vest. West, vest. West, vest. A nice crisp T, that final consonant. Now let's try which, and we'll try whale. I know these are very different, but that's okay. Which, whale, which, whale. Good. Then just for the V contrast, which and van. Which, van, which, van. Now let's try we, and let's try on V. So it's just the sound. We, V. We can also try the F because that is the same shape as the V. It's just unvoiced. We and fee. We, fee. All right. So now let's try the TH, voiced and unvoiced. So that voiceless TH as well. Let's try think, think. That's unvoiced. Think, think. Then let's try thin, thin, unvoiced still. Thin. Now we'll try throw, 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 throw. And let's try thought, like in your brain. Thought, thought. Unvoiced for all of those. Now let's try some voiced THs. This right here. This, this, and that, that, that. We're sticking our tongue slightly out, really exaggerate it first. That, those over there. Those, nice and rounded. Those, a nice clear Z at the end there. And then, back then, then. All right, so now we're going to try alternating between a light L and a dark L. And you might be like, what does that mean? Because I don't think I've mentioned that before. So a light L is like leaf, late, light. A dark L is more like ball, full, people. You can feel that light. It feels more forward and frontal. The dark L, ball, you can feel it's a little more centered vibrationally here. So try leaf, leaf, leaf. More fronted, more light. Leaf, leaf. Then late, late, late. Use that tongue tip to the upper teeth ridge and feel the difference between when we get to that dark L. You can compare. Late, late, late. Now try light, light, light. Can you feel your tongue is more forward and the vibrations are more in the front? Light, light. Now try that dark L. You're going to feel more vibrations in the back. Ball, ball. We still have the front flick, but the vibrations are more here and the tongue raises in the back. Ball, ball. A lot of it is based on that vowel. Ball. And then full, full, full. And try people, people, people. Awesome. Now we'll try some of those rounded vowel sounds. So let's practice rounding the lips. Exaggerate your lip rounding. Boot, boot. Give him the boot. My boots are in the car. Boot, boot. Now try moon, the sun and the moon. Moon, moon, moon. And food, 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 food. Let's try pool, like I play pool at the bar, or I went swimming in the pool. Pool. Really give me a pop on that P. Pool, pool. And you can feel that L, that darker L. Pool. Move, move over, move. Now let's feel a contrast with less rounded vowels. Beat versus boot. Beat, boot. Beat, boot. And let's try peel versus pool. Peel, pool. Peel, pool. Feel the difference, the contrast. Good. Now, we also have been talking about wanting more speed and fluidity. So I want you to try reading a short news article out loud, gradually increasing speed while staying clear. You could also try this with nursery rhymes, poems, a book you're reading, maybe a presentation you're going to do for work. You could also try that with tongue twisters, working slowly and then speeding up. Something like red leather, yellow leather. 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 And you can feel that leather. That's going to be voiced. Red leather, yellow leather. And you can get faster and faster. Red leather, yellow leather. Yeah, and try that repeatedly. Red leather, yellow leather. And you can speed it up again and again. Red leather, yellow leather. And then see how fast you can get it. Red leather, yellow leather. And as you get faster, you might notice we get less inflection. When it's slow, red leather, yellow leather. I have more pitch variation. I also stress more often. When I get faster, it gets a little bit more monotone, so I want to balance that. Red leather, yellow leather. I don't have time to do as much variation or expression. We'll try also today which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches. Nice and slow first. Which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches? 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 If you put a little lift between, because it's almost like two shorter phrases linked together, that can be easier. Which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches? Whoo, that's tricky. Wristwatches, 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 wristwatches. We've got that R, 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 r. wristwatches, wristwatches, wristwatches. Just that word, I feel like, is a tongue twister. Wristwatches, wristwatches, wristwatches. And speed it up. Which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches? Which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches? And if I go too fast, I don't get that clear T. Wrist watches, wrist watches, wrist watches. I want a clear T and then the W again. Wrist watches, wrist watches, wrist watches. If I elide them, they're not clear. Wrist watches, where they kind of blur together. Wrist watches. So we again balance how fast can I go? Which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches? Which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches, right? So you have to play with that and figure out what's still clear. Listen to yourself. You could record yourself and listen back, having an awareness of that. Now, for that California West Coast dialect, let's practice some casual phrases. I'm going to could be I'm gonna, right? So thinking about casual phrases. I'm going to, I'm gonna. I'm going to the store. I'm going to do it later. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to do it later, right? I'm going to drive down the beach, right? So you could say I'm going to feels more formal. I'm gonna feels more casual. Now for did you, that again is more formal. Did you do your work? Did you finish your homework? Did you stop at the store for milk? Did ya would be more casual. Did you do it? Did you pick up the milk? Did you do your homework? You might hear that sometimes. What are you doing is more formal. What are you doing this weekend? What are you doing tomorrow? What are you doing right now? That could turn into what you doing for a casual phrase. What you doing tonight? What you doing tomorrow? What you doing this weekend? So try some of those casual phrases. Focus on a lighter, slightly relaxed R and smoother vowels. You can also listen to podcasts or YouTubers from California and then mimic short clips. I actually grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area, so that is my natural thing that I fall into, but I do have family in both Alabama and Minnesota. So sometimes those things color my natural inflection. Hey y'all, how y'all doing today? If I talk on the phone with a relative, I might start sounding like, oh yeah, oh sure, don't you know, you betcha, right? So sometimes we have mixture of sounds, a mixed dialect. So just know that we all have kind of a natural dialect, but the way that I speak typically is actually a learned process. It's that standard American dialect. And I've worked a lot on developing that. Growing up, I said a lot of like and cool with having grown up in California. I probably sounded quite a bit like the typical Valley girl. All right, so now let's focus on those everyday casual phrases. Practice these with a relaxed and friendly tone. Hey, what's up? 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 You can try with different energies, different moods. All right, let's try. No worries. No worries. No worries. No worries. Let's try. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. And let's try for sure. For sure. Sometimes you'll hear people do more of a for sure, for sure. Then you kind of match the vowels of the two words. That's a very common thing to do. For sure. For sure. For sure. All right, let's try sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. And we'll try see you later. So instead of saying I'll see you later, I'll see you later, see you later. So sometimes you'll hear ya, see you later, and you kind of elide the see and you. See you later, see ya, see ya, see you later. And you'll hear that T sometimes as a D, later, see you later, see you later, would feel a little more formal. I'll see you later tonight. But if I was casual with a friend, see you later would be more typical. All right, so this week I want you to spend 10 minutes doing consonant drills on that WV contrast, the TH, voiced and unvoiced, and the L's, front and light and back and dark. 10 minutes on those rounded vowels and the contrast between like oo and e, o, ah, ah, a, feeling the contrast between more open, rounded vowels and more widespread, bright forward vowels. You can take about 10 minutes and read aloud with a speed focus. So maybe just one paragraph, read it slowly, medium speed, and then fast as you can go. Then let's take about 5 minutes to mimic some California speech clips, and then about 5 minutes practicing casual phrases in a short role play. So just make up a conversation and practice those casual phrases. Keep practicing every day, even in little small bursts, and it'll add up really quickly. I look forward to seeing you next time. I'm planning to see you, let me think, Thursday, because Monday's a holiday. Oh, yeah. Alrighty. Well, I will see you then. Have a good one. Bye, Robin.